Today, I am excited to have guests from Minorities for Medical Marijuana and Vireo Health to discuss a topic that is very important because of how cannabis has been used to criminalize and marginalize Black and Brown communities. On Saturday, Marion, Maine will host an expungement clinic in partnership with the offices of Madam State's Attorney Aisha Braveboy and Delegate Daryl Barnes of District 25 and the president of the Maryland Legislative Black Caucus. After the presentation, make sure you head over to our Facebook page for the link to pre-register for your spot in Saturday's expungement clinic. Be sure to listen closely today as we will discuss everything you need to bring with you on Saturday and how the process will work down to the T.
Good evening. My name is Dr. Paloma Layfeld, and I am the Director of Medical Education and one of the co-founders and chairs of the Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Council at Vireo Health. Vireo Health is a multi-state operator that prides itself on bringing the best in innovation, science, and technology to the cannabis industry. We are thrilled to be co-sponsoring and hosting this event with Marion, Maine, and Minorities for Medical Marijuana. 1937 is the year of the Marijuana Tax Act. This is the year in the United States when cannabis was federally criminalized and it was made impossible for people to get their medicine. Cannabis is a plant that we've co-evolved with for thousands and thousands of years, and it's a small group of white individuals with xenophobic and racist undertones that made cannabis prohibited in the United States of America. This is legislation that was put into effect more than a century ago that still remains in effect today. The so-called war on drugs follows people every day. This was enacted again by the Nixon administration in the 1970s with the Controlled Substances Act. This legislation follows us today. The minor convictions that people still have is a lifelong sentence. This makes it virtually impossible for people to get a job, to apply for federal housing, and have stigma that follows them everywhere they go. From minor offenses to bigger offenses, it doesn't matter. That's why Vireo Health is so adamant about providing this for our patients and everybody in the state of Maryland. People in Maryland are still arrested today for crimes that people are buying cannabis on the West Coast every day. Again, being a physician-founded cannabis company, we stand against the Marijuana Tax Act of 1937. 1937 cannabis is one of our brands in Maryland. It really brings advocacy to the cannabis industry. It's impossible to talk about medical cannabis without talking about the social justice and equity aspect of medical cannabis as well. So with that being said, I'd love to turn it over to Delegate Daryl Barnes. Please visit Minorities for Medical Marijuana to register for the event today, and pre-register for the event. We'll be there all day, 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. at Marion Main Dispensary. Thank you. Looking forward to seeing you on Saturday.
Delegate Daryl Barnes, and I wanted to jump on to explain to you guys about an important event that's coming up this Saturday, September the 26th from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. It's an expungement clinic that will provide free assistance to those who have been charged with cannabis-related violations. And let me also explain that Blacks are 4 times more likely to get arrested for cannabis or marijuana-related offenses than our white counterparts. And also, did you know that people convicted have a harder time finding housing, jobs, college funding, or often lose voting rights or the inability for public assistance? This event is so critical and so important, and I, along with so many other people, want to do our part and help you. So make sure you come out this Saturday, September the 26th, from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Hi, my name is Aisha Braveboy, and I'm the state's attorney for Prince George's County. I'm here with Jade Mathis. Jade, do you want to say hello to everyone?
Hi, everyone. I look forward to seeing you Saturday.
This expungement fair is a great opportunity for many individuals, and I am truly excited to partner with Delegate Daryl Barnes, Marion Main, Minorities for Medical Marijuana, and Vireo Health. I'll be on hand. Of course, Jade will be there along with several attorneys to assist people with expunging their records. My office believes in the expungement process. We have worked not just on this event, but on several events to assist people with expunging their records. We think it's critically important because one of the things that we've looked at is marijuana convictions in our county. We have over 500 individuals who've been convicted over the past 15 years for marijuana related offenses that are minor. We're talking about very misdemeanor, low level offenses. We are in the process of seeking to get those records, the convictions vacated, but of course that is a court process, and so we're hoping that we are successful. But until that time, we know that there are people who are in need of expungements, and we're going to be here for those individuals. About 85% of the people who have been convicted on very low-level marijuana offenses are Black in our county. Blacks make up about 64% of the population, but again, 85% of those convicted of very minor marijuana offenses. So our office currently does not prosecute for simple possession offenses, but we have a lot of people who've been convicted in the past, and so we're doing our part to try to make the system fair for them and to make them whole. Because if they are not committing further offenses and they're trying to get their lives on the right track, we don't want a simple marijuana possession conviction or paraphernalia conviction to hold them back. So we're really excited to partner with everyone. We look forward to being there. Jade, do you want to tell them what to bring with them on Saturday?
Yes, I do. So first and foremost, this is a Maryland expungement fair. So we are only able to expunge cases that were convicted or charged in the state of Maryland. The jurisdiction doesn't matter. Also, we would like for you to bring your ID with you or any form of identification that you have. We would love the case number if you're able to access the case number. You can look on MarylandJudiciaryCaseSearch.com. Once again, MarylandJudiciaryCaseSearch.com. Enter your personal information in there, and they can pull up the cases that you have. They'll be able to pull up the jurisdiction as well as the charges. If you can print that sheet out and bring it to us, or if you can write that information down and bring it to us so we'll have that information. Also, you cannot be on active probation in any jurisdiction, be it Prince George's County or somewhere else or another state. And you cannot have any pending or open cases anywhere. So be it Maryland or any other jurisdiction, you cannot have any open cases to qualify for expungement if you do. And we look forward to seeing you on Saturday.
I'm muted. Sorry, guys. But thank you so much, Madam State's Attorney. Thank you for participating in this. It's a really important topic. And I think in the video when Delegate Barnes was talking about, why this is so important, I just wanted to kind of reiterate. And then if either of you have anything to say about this, we're talking about legalizing cannabis for adult use in Maryland right now. It's a conversation that's being had with state legislators, and we can't talk about that without talking about all of the issues that affect Black and Brown communities. And one of the main ones are prior convictions and how that stops people from having access to things like housing, things like being able to vote, jobs, so many different ways it can affect a family. And sometimes people don't talk about that. I don't know if you guys have any thoughts around that, but I just really wanted to highlight how important it is that we're already doing the work. And definitely as we talk about legalizing cannabis fully for adult use in Maryland in the next few years, I think that this has to be a staple of that process. It almost has to be a requirement.
Yeah, well, what I can tell you is that I've spoken to legislators and I've said, look, whatever you all decide is fine. Our job is to enforce the law, and we will do it appropriately. But whatever they decide to do, minority equity must be a part of the conversation,
Yeah.
and ensuring that those who have been convicted, especially of the minor offenses, are made as whole as possible. Because I think, number one, if you look around the region in DC, there's already, personal use is already legal in the District of Columbia.
Yeah.
Medical marijuana is legal in the state of Maryland. You have national candidates for very high offices, including president, talking about legalization of marijuana. You have gubernatorial candidates and others, even at the local level, that are talking about it. And so we have to understand that we send our children mixed messages. On the one hand, when we say, yes, it is illegal still in the state of Maryland to possess it without having a prescription card, and to use it. And it is still illegal to possess it and use it on federal properties. And you can be subject to drug testing. And if you test positive for certain substances in your system, you may be disqualified for certain employment. I think we have to be very clear with not just our young people, but our older folks too, because a lot of folks are using it. But that needs to be clear. I think we all have to understand what the rules are. But we can't prevent, or we can't have these old convictions for just simple possession and use be a reason why someone can't get a job, can't get ahead in life, can't take care of themselves and their families. And that's what we're talking about. So expungement helps with that. Equity in terms of licensing helps with that. And folks like you, Hope, give others hope that there's no, seriously, that there is a role for minorities, specifically Blacks, specifically Black women who aren't traditionally thought of as leaders in industry. But here you are being a leader in an industry, whether people like the industry or not. It's here, it's in Maryland already. And as the conversations move forward, I just ask that you be at the table, that the voice of Black people be at the table, the voice of brown and other minorities be at the table, so that if and when the state moves in a different direction, everyone can participate in the commerce. Legally. We want legally.
Legally, because a lot of people participating illegally, right? I'm sure you know that. Well, again, Madam State's Attorney, thank you so much for joining us. I'm so happy that you were able to help us tonight, spread the word, and then that we will see you on Saturday. You'll be there from around 12, around noon, right?
Yeah, I'm going to get there around noon, and I'll be there for a couple of hours. So I'm really excited. I know Jade is planning to be there probably throughout the day, and we'll have some other attorneys from our office, as well as some private counsel who want to also assist. So shout out to the legal community. We really appreciate your support.
Definitely. Awesome. Thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. Roz from Minorities for Medical Marijuana couldn't join us tonight, but shout out to M for MM for all of their help organizing this. I want to shout out to Eddie Pounds for getting everything together and connecting everyone, Delegate Daryl Barnes and his entire office, and then Vireo Health and Dr. Paloma, thank you so much for getting on and sharing your mission and why you decided to help with the clinic. And we're excited to see everybody on Saturday. Okay. All right.
Guys, today was full of such great information, right? Thank you to M for MM, Vireo Health, the State's Attorney's Office, and Delegate Barnes for all of your help in making this expungement clinic that's going to happen on Saturday possible. Some of you may not know this, but here in Maryland, there are already discussions being held about legalizing cannabis for adult use, or what many of you know as recreational use. Before any type of legalization talk can even happen here, we must address the harms that have come from the criminalization of cannabis and the subsequent damage that has been done to our community to date. Expungement is one step to righting the wrongs of the war on drugs. You can meet members of Minority for Medical Marijuana and Vireo Health at our community event this Saturday from 11 to 5 p.m. Please come with your personal information and questions ready to share with our experts if you think you're eligible for your record to be expunged. In addition to the clinic, we'll have food trucks, free HIV testing, free haircuts, a live DJ, and much more. Also, don't miss tomorrow's fireside chat with my co-founders of Mary & Main right here at 6 p.m. We're excited to share our journey into this industry and to give you some insight on how you can get started as well. All right, have a great evening, and I'll see you tomorrow here at 6.